from the Atlantic City Skate Zone. We promised you we'd be back at 3:40, just a little bit late. Although within 6 minutes of the 3:40 time, I'll consider that one on time, just like I'm an airline, delivering you to a warmer locale than these bleachers. Coming up next, it's the New York Stars taking on the North Park Hockey Club right here from this EJEPL showcase. This is Midnight Sports. Well, it's the Stars, and it's North Park, and it's right here on Midnight Sports. It's Game 3 of this EJEPL showcase, and North Park comes in on the back of a big-time win just a couple of hours ago right here on this sheet of ice against the Atlantic City Sharks. North Park able to take that one 4-1 against the vaunted Atlantic City Sharks team, and so it's North Park with some momentum after the Stars lost this morning to the Genesis Hockey Club by a score of 5-2. Recent games for North Park include a win against the Nassau County Lions by 3-1, a loss to the Gulls 2-4, and a win against the New York Apple Corps 5-0. And of course, these two teams have already met twice in this season. That's hit the midway point or so for youth hockey. And the Stars won at Abe Stark 5-1, and then went out to World Ice last Sunday night and won 2-0. And so North Park looking to get in the W column in this season series, likely to be the last contest between these two teams on the year. And so it'll be the Stars looking for the season sweep, and North Park looking to get one back. We'll have all the action for you coming up next in just 24 seconds of the warm-up period left. This is Midnight Sports. We're getting ready for puck drop in the first half. A reminder, if you're just tuning in for your first game this weekend, this is an EJEPL regular season game at the showcase, which means two 25-minute halves. If the game is tied thereafter, it'll go to a 5-minute 4-on-4 overtime. If still tied after that sudden death overtime period, it'll go to OT number 2, and you'll have 3 skaters on the ice for each team. And that'll be a 5-minute period as well. If tied after that, the teams will split the points. And so we'll see who comes over the boards first for the Stars here at the Atlantic City Skate Zone. Looks like it's going to be Ryan Speaker in the blue paint, taking over for Luke Latito from this morning. And so Speaker gets the nod to play this afternoon game. Common occurrence to split the goaltenders up when two games are on the same day, and that's exactly what Coach Carney has opted to do. It will be Gitman, O'Connor, Atomic as the forwards, Murphy and Ramos as the defenders. Boards being pounded. We are just about ready to get rolling here at the Atlantic City skate zone. It's North Park winning that puck into the offensive zone. Ramos upends a man there. Gitman tries to dig that puck out, far corner, and he works it all the way up toward Atomic, who stalks to the blue line with that puck. And North Park will have to dump in once more. It's Murphy trying to get that puck deep in the defensive zone to a harmless area. He does. It's chipped up to the point. Shot in. Speaker gets the blocker on that. Boy, that was goal bound. And so Speaker called into action in the early going here. Just 29 seconds into it. North Park may have found some secret sauce there in game one of the day, beating a vaunted Atlantic City Sharks team who had all the home ice advantage. And so it's the Stars looking to dump in and reset. This puck's going to roll all the way around. It was touched by a Star in the offensive zone. And so Schaefer all the way back to his own zone to escape with it. He's got a man draped all over him there. It'll be North Park trying to keep the zone, but instead it's a self-pass by Kocher up and out of the zone. He's got Briscoe in the slot. He finds him in the early pass. It's Briscoe shooting it, scoring. How about that? Oh, baby, off and running. It was a shot at one end of the ice and a Briscoe goal at the other end. Just like that, it was Kocher to Briscoe in the offensive zone, and it's the Stars with the early 1-0 lead. Well, this will be Russo on the ensuing faceoff. Kocher to his right, Briscoe to his left. Schaefer soft pass up to Kocher, who can dump in on the proper side of the red line. North Park will turn with it, far side of the ice. It's North Park working that up and out of the zone. It's going to be captured there in the neutral zone by Schaefer. Blows a tire at his own blue line, but he's done enough to get the puck up and out of the defensive zone. North Park has to reset. Puck rolls over to O'Day, and it's just going to be thrown in on Speaker. He's got a North Park man stalking on in on him, so he covers up the puck, buys a line change. Old carpool buddies there, meeting in the blue paint. It was Speaker for the Stars and Samosi for North Park, and so it's going to be a face-off far side of the defensive zone for the Stars, and it'll be Sammy Schulman at the dot to take. Schulman swipes that over to the slot. Puck sits there momentarily, but the Stars able to clear that mid-slot, and it's Bergman who's able to get that puck up and out of the zone. Schulman gains the line, dumps in, just a bit offside. Looks like it's going to come out into the neutral zone, maybe farther here as the official pointing at the dot in the neutral zone, but just outside the Stars zone, given that that is the closest faceoff to where the puck was dumped from. And so it will be Schulman to take once again. North Park this time wins that back to center ice. Turning with it is North Park, trying the far side of the ice. They'll chip and chase this time. And so Viscoso will turn all the way back into the near corner for the puck. North Park comes away with it there. And it's Bergman getting in the way of that one. Look out. It's North Park shooting in, trying to get a wrister on target. Instead, they'll try all the way across the slot, and it was a good stick there by Schulman. Now he's got Bergman joining the rush with him. It's Schulman firing all the way in as he had a man draped on him. Bergman looks to eliminate his man from the play. North Park first to it. They rack it up and out of the zone. As that puck rolls, the captain, Ramos, will go back to retrieve. Ramos on the puck. He has Viscoso out there with him. A quick up toward Bergman, who tries to chip it farther. It runs up on him, but he's able to dump that puck in to the offensive zone. It's now Bizarro on the forecheck. North Park reverses over to the near side of the ice. Near half wall comes North Park, bodied there by Bolonic. Had himself a game earlier today. It's now Bizarro trying to go on in. Helmet pops off, though, and so we're going to get a stoppage in play here as a North Park helmet came off. And, of course, in youth hockey, as soon as a helmet comes off, the whistle goes. This isn't the NHL, where a loose helmet means you pick it up and head to the bench. Instead, player safety of utmost importance. And so with 22-13 left to go in the first, it's an offensive zone draw for the Stars. This will be Bolonic at the dot. He's got Bizarro in the slot all the way across. Looks like Polyakov One up to Murphy in the slot. Fired in. Hits Pizarro in front. Goes wide. Pizarro now shoulder to shoulder with his North Park man. North Park, though, able to chip that all the way out. It took a deflection, and so it's Ramos watching North Park just wide. Speaker able to stick that toward the end boards as it had come toward the blue paint. And so the Stars look to get this puck up and out of the defensive zone. Tracking back is Bolognic for it. He's got a man on him at the end boards. And it's North Park who's going to be able to move that puck all the way up to the point. North Park holds the point there, and it's fired in. Hits a shin guard in front. A lot of traffic in that slot as the Stars are trying to keep their netminder clean. North Park looks to come back the other way, but they only make it so far as O'Day, who sends that puck across the ice, and now it's touched farther by North Park into the offensive zone. They shoot in. Speaker able to get in front of that and throws that puck up to the top of the slot. Comes in once more, high over the cage, and so it's North Park at the far half wall, keeping the zone. It's North Park circling with the puck. They fire in once again. Speaker kicks that out. It's cleaned up by O'Day, but fired in once more. Speaker gets down, kicks this one to the corner. It's a shooting gallery out there right now as North Park shooting low, able to keep the puck in play. Speaker unable to freeze it just yet. Rolling puck up toward the top of the slot, now the near point. It's North Park dancing past, trying to throw that puck on net from the far point. North Park shoots in. It hits a skate in front. It was Murphy who did very well to cut out the threat, and now North Park will have to reset in the neutral zone. So as good as the Stars' goal was, North Park has pushed back in the early going, tilting the ice there for about a minute and a half, and the Stars will have to be mindful of that big hit at the blue line. No arm raised as it was Adamick going for the puck. Adjudged to be a fair hit. Looked clean from up in the broadcasting booth as well. And you can always tell when the opposing bench does not raise a ruckus about the hit. And that is exactly what happened there. Everyone kept their arms down, understood it was a good hit at the blue line. And so North Park will send that down for an icing. And it will be an offensive zone draw for the Stars. This is going to be Gitman to take at the dot. He wins it forward. Pouring in is Adamick, and Gitman looks to get that back. That puck's chipped up. Adamick on it. He's going to curl with it. He was on the backhand, couldn't fire anything on net. Gets the puck just a bit deeper, but the breakout is on for North Park. Unclear why icing was waved there, but waved it was, and so it'll be O'Day on the puck at the end boards. North Park able to take over now in the near corner, up to the near point. They're going to fire that in. They were looking for a deflection in front. Speaker down in front, but enough sticks in the way, so no shot was coming. Speaker had to guard against the low shot there, and the Stars did the defensive rest, and they were able to get that puck over toward the far half wall. Puck not out of trouble just yet, and now it will be fired across by O'Day. Gaining the line, and now the offensive zone is Adamick. He's pushed just a bit wide, but he was able to carry it deep into the zone. And now it will be North Park coming in the other direction as they try to flick that puck up through the neutral zone and not take an icing. It was a good play by the North Park man there to get the puck deep. Coronati first on it. North Park making a change behind the play. And now it'll be the Stars chipping that puck up and out. North Park will take over at the logo. They pass it back to their blue line. And on a quick up, that's going to miss all sticks. Icing waved, though, so Speaker able to just shovel that over to Coronati. Coronati harassed there at the end boards. North Park looking to go skate to stick. They're going to twist around. They shoot. That hits a skate or a leg pad in front. Unclear. Save made regardless by someone in a white sweater. And now it's the Stars trying to get this puck back in the other direction. It's North Park picking up the puck in their own zone. A quick up and a diagonal pass doesn't quite connect. Russo intercepts at center ice. It's Russo dumping in and now giving chase. Briscoe, the goal scorer, with him. Briscoe's going to be first to it in the near corner. North Park all over him. Russo in for support. It's Russo on the backhand up to Kotcher. Look out, fired in, and it's saved and then spilled in front. Still loose, and it's covered up. It turned out to be a nice series of saves by the North Park netminder with 18:22 left to go here in the first half. This will be a face-off in the offensive end. Just a little conversation between Russo and a former teammate there in the blue paint, checking to make sure he's okay, certainly. And now it's a puck won by Russo back to Viscoso. Viscoso stalks all the way in, swipes the puck farther in that near corner. North Park looks to come away with it, but can't get past Russo, who is on his knees trying to move that puck toward Briscoe. He does momentarily, but North Park able to escape the zone. And now getting back onside was Russo. It looked like tight call against the Stars there with 18:02 left to go here in the first. Certainly all the North Park fans thought the Stars were wildly offside, and the Stars fans, of course, thought the opposite. And so, regardless, it's a face-off in the neutral zone. It'll be Russo to take, far side. Wins that over toward the North Park bench. North Park, though, comes away with it. They go point to point in their own zone, but stalking in on the forecheck is Kocher. North Park will reverse to the far side of the ice. Breakout is on for the team from Long Island City. It's Briscoe, though, firing that puck in. Now giving chase is Kocher. North Park tries the near side of the ice. It could be a breakaway here. It's North Park in all alone. Shot wide because Viscoso on the back check, able to body his man to the side. And so it was Viscoso who had interrupted the shot from North Park on what had turned into a mini break. And here comes the man himself. Nico Viscoso gains the line, dumps in. He can go for a change as North Park is back to retrieve. It's Fauci on the forecheck, all alone right now in the offensive zone. Joining him are Schulman and Bergman. And so that puck's going to be dumped in just a bit deeper. It hits a shin guard. Stars have to delay as Bergman gets onside. They do. They get a shot on goal, do the Stars. And now it'll be North Park in the other direction as that puck hopped over his stick. But it's Schulman again coming into the offensive zone. Long shot in. Hits a skate thrown just wide of the cage by Bergman there. He did very well to go skate to stick. Bouncing puck side of the cage, going to be gobbled up by North Park. Just outside the blue paint. 16:50 left to go in what's been an active first, call it 8 minutes and 10 seconds of this two-half hockey game. And it'll be Schulman to take the drop. He's got Fauci in the slot. That puck won back toward Bergman. Bouncing puck leaves the zone. Look out, it's a 3-on-1 developing. Murphy's back, and it's North Park stalking in. They missed to the side of the cage. Speaker was way out of the blue paint to try and cut down the angle, and Murphy able to stay at home and force the shot instead of a pass across the lane. It's the alternate captain, Braden Murphy, now dumping all the way in, and North Park will reset at their blue line. This will be Murphy going to the box for a cross-check at that blue line as soon as the Stars are able to touch up. That bouncing puck comes off the end boards, touched up by Ramos. And the first penalty of the day at 16:16 goes to the Stars. They'll go to the box as Murphy gets caught there on the cross-check at the blue line. And so Stars up a goal, down a man for the next 2 minutes. And it'll be a face-off to Speaker's left. Penalty killers over the boards. Gitman, Viscoso, Fauci, and Coronati in the white sweaters to try and kill off this 2-minute penalty to the Stars. North Park takes that face-off. They dump it in a bit deeper. Stars through Coronati try to clear the zone on that strong side of the ice. Coronati now works the puck over toward the weak side, but North Park comes away with it in front. It's shot wide of the cage up into the netting. Not sure if Speaker got a piece of that one. He didn't know much about it. It was just a reaction drop there. And so you can see on the replay as that puck comes right out, shot in, and then it's deflected up into the netting. Rolling puck comes to the front of the cage. It's flicked off the glass. It's going to bounce out of the zone. It was Fauci with what turned out to be a very good zone clear. Point to point goes North Park, and they'll send it back to the near side of the ice. Right in front of the camera well is the puck as North Park gets numbers forward. Breaking into the offensive zone, pushed wide by Coronati, and now Fauci on the check. It's shot in. That puck spilled in front. It hit a body, and it went wide. Never made it to the goal mouth. It didn't look like, and now it's Viscoso dragging that puck into the neutral zone, and Gitman's going to throw that on net. It was a screen shot. Clever idea there by Gitman to try and get that puck on net. He did. North Park will come the other way, but without possession. It's Schaefer over to O'Day, up to Kocher. Kocher on the puck at center ice, able to go past a man, comes up to the blue line, and now North Park looks to break out, but it's Kocher twirling back and throwing in. 55 seconds left to go on the man advantage here as Kocher looks to be first to this puck. It's swiped up, though, by North Park, and the breakout once again on. North Park will make a change as they break into the offensive zone. Thrown in, it hits the post and ends up in that far corner. And North Park with the puck back. They'll shoot in once more. That puck is kicked out by Speaker. He gets it sheer. It's thrown up and out of the zone by the Stars. It goes for an icing. And so with 29 seconds left to go on the man advantage, it's Speaker and the left post keeping this a 1-0 hockey game. Well, on the board, shots 7-3 in North Park's favor right now. This will be Russo at the dot. Puck won by North Park up to the blue line. Fired in. Speaker able to get the blocker in front of that and throw it to the corner. It's now North Park trying to jam that puck farther. They do all the way. It twists around the end boards. It's O'Day trying to work the puck up and out of the zone, but North Park able to keep that zone. North Park again at the end boards, looking for something in the front. North Park now near circle. Will throw that all the way across. Good stick work by O'Day. Rejects what would have been a one-timer on the far side of the ice. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here as soon as the Stars can get back into the zone. It's Briscoe off the bench into the zone. A good pass off the boards. Russo now to himself, and he stalks forward. He's got Kotcher in the slot. Russo on the backhand, tries to find him there. It rolls in. It's in the back of the net. Holy cow. How about that? It was Russo to Briscoe to Kotcher. And just like that, as soon as the Stars had killed off the penalty, they were able to track all the way down and shoot and score with 13:59 left to play here in the first half. It's the Stars 2, North Park nothing. Al ensuing faceoff sees Belonek come over the boards. He's got Polyakov to his right, Pizarro to his left, Ramos and Murphy as the defensive pairing. Puck worked up by North Park. Ramos will turn for it. Ramos will stop, delay, get back to the forehand, and chip that off the glass. It's kicked farther, though, by North Park, and so Belonek gets it back at his own blue line. He's got Polyakov streaking toward the slot. Belonek goes around a man there. On the backhand, tries to round the netminder. It's a strong save, though, by the North Park man in the blue paint. Fired in. It was off Pizarro's leg. He's limping just a little bit out there as the shot from the point hit him on a carom. It's Murphy firing that back across, and it's shot in, popped up, and it's dealt with. That puck was knuckling down on North Park. It was a wonderful save there by the North Park man as Murphy slaps that puck forward. He goes around a man then too. Murphy all alone in the slot, shoots in. Saved nicely by North Park. Oh boy, it would have been goal of the year for the alternate captain as he had danced past not one but two North Park forecheckers, found himself in the low slot, and the snapshot was saved by North Park. 13:59 left to go here in the first half. It'll be Belonek, Pizarro, Polyakov, Viscoso, and Coronati. Clean win there by Belonek. Viscoso thinks about walking the blue line. He'll just dump in as there was no shooting lane or passing lane for him. It's North Park retrieving that puck. Good zone exit by the team from Queens as Viscoso works that puck back and forth with Coronati point to point. Viscoso gets it back in his own zone, looks up, sees Belonek there, who's able to tip that puck farther, and North Park will have to send it right back out of the zone. They do one-on-one, our North Park with Viscoso, but it's Viscoso swiping that to the far corner. It's now North Park kicking it over in the slot. It goes just wide, as it was Polyakov who was able to get in the way of the play and now carry that puck into the offensive end. Backhander is sticked aside by North Park, and they look to come away with the puck. Breakout once again on for North Park, gummed up in the neutral zone by Belonek. Fresh off the bench is Bergman, who leaves it for Belonek. Belonek right back into the offensive zone. Rolling puck, he's able to corral long reach. Fires in, that's shouldered up into the netting by North Park. Man, time to catch your breath here as it has just been action, action, action from the Atlantic City skate zone. 12:57 still to go here in the first half. Shots even at 8 apiece. Looks like a couple of snowmen on the board, which is appropriate given the ambient air temperature in here. Would be well suited to Frosty. In any event, it's North Park racking it up and out of the zone. Schaefer turns, gets in front of his man. He'll carry that rolling puck toward the corner. North Park now back on it, but it's the Stars who had gotten back with some speed. Fauci able to intercept the puck from his man, and then Schaefer blocks the shot, picks up that puck, and carries it up and out of the zone. He'll find Fauci. Fauci on the backhand will dump in and give chase. It's North Park picking the puck up near the end boards, racked off the dasher, comes up to the half wall, and so Schaefer has to back off, but he gets the puck over to O'Day as soon as it was loose in the neutral zone. It's Bergman right back into the offensive end, tries to send that puck deeper, and it rolls off his stick, but it's a big hit at center ice by O'Day, and so Schulman will track all the way back to his defensive corner, I should say, to pick up that puck, and it was Schulman banking it off the back of the net as he was able to avoid a forechecker. This one's going to roll across the end line on the up ice pass. It's an icing on the Stars with 11:55 left to go in this first half. Defensive zone draw upcoming. Well, it's Gitman, Adamick, Murphy. Ramos and Bergman out there as that puck's won over toward the half wall. Excuse me, it's O'Connor on that far side. O'Connor now on the puck in front of the Stars bench, trying to jab it back to Ramos. He's able to do so. That diagonal pass hits a stick, gets out of the zone, but North Park will collect. It's North Park working it up in front of the scorer's booth now. They're going to break into the offensive zone. Mini 3-on-2 as Speaker gets up, takes that off the face. Well, the face mask, I should say. His mom wouldn't let him play hockey if he were out there saving pucks with his actual face. It's now Ramos working that puck off the far half wall. It goes up to the blue line. A broken stick in favor of the Stars there. Otherwise, North Park might have been able to get a shot on goal in the early going. But instead, it's the Stars breaking out in the other direction. Murphy, long shot in, just misses the cage. It would have been covered anyway by the North Park netminder. And so it is Adamick on the forecheck, trying to dispossess North Park of the puck. Adamick takes a tumble, but he works it over to O'Connor. What a play there by Trevor Adamick to find Liam O'Connor in the corner. Emerging with it are the Stars. It's Gitman on the backhand. He fires that up and in. Oh, baby. The Stars forecheck doing work here in the first half from the Atlantic City skate zone. It was Adamick who was able to work that puck over toward O'Connor, and O'Connor for Gitman. Gitman on the backhand, up and over the shoulder of the North Park netminder. And just like that, with 10:49 left to go in the first half, it is Stars 3, North Park 0, and North Park, in response, has called a timeout here. And so it gives us time to remind you, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., the Stars in action against the Atlantic City Sharks right here on Midnight Sports. We hope you'll join us then. But for now, enjoy some royalty-free music. Timeout over on the ice. Stars up 3 goals here. North Park with an NBA-type timeout to try and reset the momentum, as North Park has played well in the first 14 minutes of this game, but it's been all Stars on the scoreboard. And a special thank you to all of our Midnight Sports commenters out there. And, of course, if you'd like to have your comment featured, you'll just have to leave it on the Midnight Sports live chat while you watch this game. It's now Kocher taking that puck from his own defensive blue line. He will chip and chase. He'll be first to this at the end boards. Kocher able to settle that puck down. Got a man all over him there, but joining is Briscoe. Kocher tries to work that up to the far half wall. North Park, able to come onto the puck, and they'll bounce this puck in on Speaker. Gets a glove in front of it, and he will just cover it up. Gets a little bit of protection from his friends. It's Sam Coronati, who made sure he stayed clean with a stick lift there on the North Park man who had been streaking in. And so with 10:17 left to go here in the first half, it'll be a face-off in the Stars zone. Russo to take, far side of the ice. Briscoe to his left, Kocher to his right. Russo works it over toward Briscoe. North Park able to collect and fire in off a body. That puck rolls to the corner. Now the end boards. Viscoso first to it, tries to flick it farther there, but it's reversed by North Park, so Coronati now gets his bite at the apple. He flicks that up and out of the zone. Good safe play by the longtime Stars D-man. It's Russo keeping that puck in the zone, looking across for Briscoe. Rolling puck is slapped forward by North Park, and then it comes up to Viscoso, who jabs it farther for Kocher. Kocher on the puck, works that around for Russo. Russo again on the puck, works it up to the point. It's Coronati settling it, firing it on a deflection. It goes high and wide. North Park now all the way over to the near side of the ice. They'll spin with it, but only up to the blue line. Kocher had gotten back defensively. He keeps the zone not once but twice. Rolling puck ends up on a North Park stick right at the blue line. They're going to skate that up and out and all the way across the ice. The puck goes. North Park will reset at their own blue line. They throw it up to the scorer's booth again. It evades all sticks, does the puck. Getting back is Coronati. He digs it off the boards for Viscoso, who returns the pass. Coronati looks up ice on a diagonal pass. That's going to find Kocher, who's able to gain the line and dump all the way in. Now Russo on the forecheck as the puck sits by the Zamboni doors. It'll be North Park on the breakout. They kick it farther, but Schaefer and O'Day had already gotten onto the ice, and they were back. Soft pass up toward Polyakov. Goes into the offensive zone. North Park rejects the effort and comes the other way, but only so far as Polyakov and Bizarro. It's Polyakov lining up, shooting in. It hits a shin guard, and that one hurts, but North Park with a nice block, and so it will be Polyakov resetting, dumping on in after O'Day had settled the puck down. Bolognic on the forecheck now, and the Stars trying to get this puck in the zone. It was North Park nearly off on a 2-on-1. Instead, it's Polyakov in the slot. He shoots low, far side, kicked out by North Park. That could have been big-time goal there for the Stars after the timeout, but it ended up being a very nice save by North Park. Turning now is Bizarro. Puck rolls out in front. It's North Park not able to get past Schaefer on the first try. They do on the second, but Schaefer with a nice poke check sees the puck roll to O'Day. Schaefer now up for Polyakov. Polyakov on a quick pass toward Bolognic. That puck comes into the offensive zone, but without Stars possession. And so turning all the way back to his own end is Alec O'Day. Under 8 minutes left to play here in the first half. It's the Stars looking to work that puck up and out. Schaefer for Polyakov. Chipped up to Bizarro. Pulls it out of the air. Bizarro with speed, curling toward the slot. Still Bizarro. He shoots in. Screen shot saved nicely by North Park. Bizarro gets the rebound back. Bizarro drops it down low for Bolognic. Bolognic tries to shovel it farther for Polyakov. North Park man in the way. North Park trying to get this puck up and out. Schaefer all the way down on the near half wall, able to keep the zone. Polyakov hits the side of the cage. Bizarro throws that across. It's in. Oh, baby. That's a Stars goal. And it was Dominic Bizarro who had passed it to the blue paint. It went off what looked to be a North Park skate. And just like that, the Stars score their fourth with 7:27 left to go here in the first half. It was a broken play for the Stars, but they're not going to complain. All goals are good goals. And so this is Schulman on the follow-up. Wins that back to Ramos. Ramos to Murphy. Murphy to Bergman. Bergman will dump in on net. That puck pops up as the ice a little bit chopped up, a little less predictable out there right now. And it's Bergman for Faust, who throws it across the blue paint. North Park able to pick that puck up on the forehand, and they'll skate it on out of their own zone. It's now North Park looking to dump in. Murphy had gotten back, as had Fauci. Bodying their men there. It's Speaker throwing the big blocker out to make the save, and now it's Murphy trying to dance past a man there who'd been all over him on the forecheck. Oh, it's Speaker getting down to make the save, and that puck comes in once again. It's still stuck under Speaker. It's a big save as the initial shot was from a high school teammate out there. And so it was high school on high school action as Gosler in to say hi to Speaker there. Always good to see the high school teammates with a little repartee during a club game. In any event, it was a wonderful shot there from the point and a good save by the Stars netminder. It'll be a face-off near side of the ice. It's the Stars trying to move forward. They're going to get a penalty here. And it's North Park touching up. It was Bergman who had tried to launch forward with the puck, and instead he was tripped up by a North Park stick. So with 6:37 left to go in this first half, it's going to be the Stars with a man advantage. And so we'll see what develops from this man advantage. It's Bizarro taking that face-off win, working it over toward Murphy, who dumps in farther. Bolognic settles that puck down. It's Bolognic leaving it for Bergman. Bergman up to Murphy. Murphy walks the blue line, sends it back down to Bergman, who settles the puck down, curls with it, top of the circle. He finds Murphy at the top of the slot. He passes it down low to Bizarro. Bizarro surveys his options, throws it back up to Murphy for the one-timer shot. It's scored! It's a power play goal by the Stars with 6:11 left to go here in the first half. Stars with a 5-0 lead. Well, a goalie change here for North Park. And so, certainly something coaches do at times to shake up a team. And it will be Gitman at center ice, trying to win that puck forward. North Park, though, will come away with it and try to dump on in. Instead, this is going to be the Stars dumping in instead. It's North Park way out of the blue paint. Big hit there in the neutral zone. And now the Stars will come back. They'll shoot on in, testing the new netminder for North Park. That's Jason Bricker, an old friend of the program. And so it's Bricker with his first save of the day there with 5:41 left to go in the first. It's an offensive zone draw for the Stars. It is 5-on-5 hockey out there. And the faceoff won out of the zone by North Park, and so it's Viscoso over for Coronati, back to Viscoso. On up, the puck comes. It'll be North Park turning for it in their own end. And North Park still with the puck in their own zone, but the Stars able to keep the zone and dump that in. And so it's North Park emerging with it near half wall in the defensive zone. All the way through the neutral zone they come. And they still have it there in the offensive end, does North Park. They round the net. They come up to the side. Tight angle shot gets blocked nicely. It was Viscoso and Gitman who had combined, and now it's Adamick off to the races. Adamick toward the side of the cage. Slapper in. Kicked out by North Park. Adamick spilled to the end boards, but he pops on up, and here comes North Park in the other direction. It was a slapper from Adamick, saved nicely by North Park. And with 4:44 left to go in the first, onward we play. It's a bouncing puck toward Ramos, who works that puck over to Kocher, and North Park will have to take over at their own blue line. But Kocher intercepts that pass. Kocher shoots in. It's saved by North Park. And just like that, with 4:30 left to go here in the first half, it's an offensive zone draw. Well, it'll be an offensive zone draw. Sorry for the sound dropping out there for a second. Sometimes the equipment gets cold too. It's Russo kicking that puck forward. And Kocher and Russo trying to separate that from a North Park skate. But it was Murphy who had pinched in initially to keep the zone to prevent any break the other way. Rolling puck finds Russo. Kocher blew a tire from his knees, dumps that puck in just a bit deeper. And now it's Briscoe on the forecheck. North Park will come away with it up to the blue line. The puck goes. North Park jabs it off a body, and now they'll come in the other direction. Feathered in. Nice dump in there by North Park. Turning is Murphy to pick up that puck. Murphy and the Stars run into a little bit of traffic, but it's Russo that gets that puck back, and now Briscoe retrieves the puck on the breakout. Rolling puck, though, is going to find Murphy once again in his own defensive slot, and North Park can turn with it. North Park on the forehand. They shoot in wide of the cage. Briscoe looks to jab this out. North Park once again keeps the zone, but only so far as Russo, who's able to carry that puck up and out. And so North Park offside here. Murphy a little shaken up on the shot block, it looked like. With 3:33 left to go, Murphy able to skate off under his own power. Looks no worse for the wear after rubbing some dirt on it. And so, with straight threes across the board on the clock, shots are 14-12 now in the Stars' favor. Face-off just outside the Stars' zone. Clean win. Back to O'Day for Schaefer up to Bergman. Bergman will chip and chase in the near offensive corner. Bergman tries to rub his man out of the play there. He's able to get the puck back. Chips it up to Schulman near half wall. Up to Schaefer. Schaefer sweeps it back to Schulman. Rolling puck. Not jabbed farther as Schaefer had gotten in the way. The puck does eventually come out of the zone for an offside, but the Stars, through Schaefer and Schulman, had cut out any odd man rush in the opposite direction. And so with 3:11 left to go here in the first half, it's going to be a face-off right in front of the camera well. Bouncing puck up to Schaefer. He's able to throw that into the offensive zone. North Park will collect there. It's North Park chipping that puck up to the neutral zone, but Schaefer will turn for it. Schaefer on the puck. Passes it farther there for Bergman. Bergman across the ice, and it hits a North Park man, and North Park will try to work that out. Give the linesman credit there for the Stars. He stopped the initial zone breakout, but now turning for it is Schaefer. Schaefer on the puck, works it behind the net on over for O'Day. Puck just sits there on the far corner. Jousting for it are 2 Stars and 2 North Park men. Puck rolls up to the near circle, coming back on the back check. A good one by Fauci to cut out any shot threat as the Stars able to jam that up and out of the defensive zone. Icing already washed here. Puck wasn't going to hit the end line anyway. It's Bergman leaning on his man at the end boards. Joining him is Fauci. Bergman comes away with it. Pinching in was Schaefer there as he was a trailer in the slot. Stars couldn't find him as there was no passing lane. It'll be North Park dumping that in and giving chase. North Park makes a change with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left to go here in the first half. So the Stars with a little time and space to skate it up and out of their own zone. It's now Schaefer who takes a hit but works the puck back to Bolognick. Bolognick for O'Day. O'Day back to Schaefer. Schaefer on up for Bolognick. Bolognick gains the line, tries to feather it farther for a curling Bizarro. He does. Bizarro on the forehand, shoots in, kicked out there by North Park. And onward we play. It's Bolognick able to keep the zone. Turning now is Bizarro. He dumps it in deeper. Polyakov joins the forecheck. North Park racks that puck just up to Viscoso's skates, and it's Bizarro and North Park jousting for the puck, but it's a 2-on-1 developing here for North Park. Getting back is Coronati. He comes across. Speaker with the initial save, spilled in front, makes the follow-up save, but it's jabbed in by North Park after a couple of attempts there. And so North Park able to score on their third shot of the sequence. And so with 1:21 left to go in the first half, North Park reminding the Stars they're not going anywhere. It's now a 5-1 hockey game here from Atlantic City with 81 seconds left to go in the first half. Well, this will be Gitman to take the drop. He wins that back toward his defenders, but North Park able to pour forward on the puck. Back check by Adamick, takes the puck off his man, and now it'll be North Park at their own blue line, trying to get this puck up and out of the zone. That's exactly what they're going to do. Long stretch pass works as they chip it in. And so turning is Viscoso to pick up that fluttering puck. Works it over toward Coronati. Coronati back on the forehand. Thinks about sending that up into the sky. Instead, works it up off the boards and out of the zone with 53 seconds left to go here in the first half. It's North Park chipping that puck up toward the blue line. Retreating there were the Stars so as not to give up an odd man rush, but North Park stalks into the offensive end. That shot goes wide. North Park spinning with the puck now. Tight angle shot toward the side of the cage. They fire that up and over the near post, easy for you to say, near post corner, as it'll be North Park keeping the zone. 30 seconds left to go. Plenty of time here as they throw that across. It was Ramos who was able to swipe that over toward O'Connor. O'Connor keeps his skates, keeps on rolling. It's still Liam O'Connor into the offensive end. He takes a big hit there. No arm raised. Inexplicable as O'Connor took a big hit by the far stanchion. The only explanation is the officials did not see it, because O'Connor took about 3 hits in the sequence, but the last one was a second and a half late or so. O'Connor able to skate off under his own power. And so it's good to see that as O'Connor makes it over to the bench. They'll get halftime to recover here. Just 14 seconds left on the board. Foul drop. We'll do it all over again with 13 seconds left, as North Park had broken across the hash marks just a little bit early. Now 7 seconds on the board now as the clock had run just a little bit from the scorekeeper. That puck dumped in farther. It's Briscoe picking the puck up and trying to rack it just a bit deeper in the zone to kill off the rest of this half, and that's exactly what he did. After the first half here from the Atlantic City skate zone, it's the Stars 5, North Park 1. Stick around. We're going to put 25 minutes on the board. Do it all over again. This is Midnight Sports. keep the zone, but instead, it's a self-pass by Kyle. Up and out of the zone. He's got Briscoe in the slot. He finds him in the early pass. It's Briscoe shooting in and scoring. How about that? Oh, baby. To get the puck up and out of the defensive zone, North Park has to reset. Puck rolls over to O'Day, and it's just going to be thrown in on Speaker. He's got the North Park man got himself a game earlier today. It's now Bizarro trying to go on in. Helmet pops off. So we're going to get a stoppage in play here. And there's going to be first to it in the near corner. North Park all over him. Russo in for support. It's Russo on the backhand up to Kocher. Look out, fired in. And it's saved and then spilled in front, still loose. And it's covered to zone, long shot in. It's a skate thrown just wide of the cage by Bergman there. He did very well to go skate to stick. Bouncing puck side of the cage, gonna be gobbled up by North Park. Just outside ours, through Coronati, try to clear the zone on that strong side of the ice. Coronati now works the puck over toward the weak side, but North Park comes away with it in front. It's shot wide of the cage up into the netting. It's forward, he's got Kocher in the slot. Russo on the backhand, tries to find him there. It rolls in, it's in the back of the net. Holy cow. Dealt with that puck was knuckling down on North Park. It was a wonderful save there by the North Park man as Murphy slaps that puck forward. He goes around a man net too. Murphy all alone in the slot, shoots in. Saved nicely. On his own by Bolognic. Fresh off the bench is Bergman, who leaves it for Bolognic. Bolognic right back into the offensive zone. Rolling puck, is able to corral long reach. Fires in, that's shouldered up into the netting. What a play there by Trevor Adamick to find Liam O'Connor in the corner. Emerging with it are the Stars. It's Gitman on the backhand. He fires that up and in. Oh, baby. Park, able to come onto the puck and then bounce this puck in on Speaker. Gets a glove in front of it, and he will just cover it up. Gets a little bit down on the near half wall, able to keep the zone. Bolyakov hits the side of the cage. Bizarro throws that across. It's in. Oh, baby. That's a Stars goal. He's been all over him on the forecheck. Oh, and Speaker getting down to make the save. And that puck comes in once again. It's still stuck under Speaker. It's a big save. There's netminder. It'll be a face-off near side of the ice. It's the Stars trying to move forward. They're going to get a penalty here. And it's North Park touching up. He passes it down low to Bizarro. Bizarro surveys his options, throws it back up to Murphy for the one-timer shot, and scored! It's a power play goal. Ramos works that puck over to Kocher, and North Park will have to take over at their own blue line. But Kocher intercepts that pass. Kocher shoots in and saved by North Park. North Park jousting for the puck, but it's a 2-on-1 developing here for North Park. Getting back is Coronati. He comes across. Speaker with the initial save. Spilled in front. Makes the follow-up save, but it's jabbed in by North Park toward O'Connor. O'Connor keeps his skates. Keeps on rolling. It's still Liam O'Connor into the offensive end. He takes a big hit there. No arm raised. Inexplicable. We'll get the music stopped and get going here in just a... Well, hello and welcome back to the Atlantic City Skate Zone in New York City. Just kidding, Atlantic City, you guessed it. Just trying to keep you on your toes. It's Atlantic City, New Jersey, America's playground, America's sandbox. Do everything, do anything. Not sure what the slogan is this week, but it doesn't matter. We're not at the casinos. We're gambling on the ice here. And it's the Stars with a 5-1 lead as the second half begins. Shot 16-13 in the Stars' favor on the board. Probably a little higher. Been a bit of an undercount here at the skate zone for the shots on goal. Of course, difficult to do the clock, the music, and the shots on goal all at once. It sounds like it would be simple. It is not. This commentator has done it, and I am a simple man, but people way smarter than me will agree that it is difficult in any event. It's Russo carrying that into the offensive zone, called offside, and so it'll be a face-off in the neutral zone here. O'Day and Schaefer as the defensive pairing. Briscoe and Kocher, two goal scorers out there. Russo as well as the forwards, and so that puck won back by Russo, but pouring forward is North Park. trying to go around O'Day. They fire in. O'Day gets stick on puck. Speaker sends that to the end boards, and now Schaefer pushes his man wide, gets some support from Russo. Russo skates this up and out of the zone. It's Russo with Kocher down the right wing, fluttering puck in on net. That's just going to be stopped there as Russo takes a cross check to the back and then the face right in the blue paint. He had stopped in front of the netminder. And so we'll see just how much paperwork is coming from this one, as there was a scrum in the blue paint after Russo had stopped coming on in. It was North Park who was aggrieved by the Russo stop in the blue paint. Looks like he might go to the box. North Park already with a man in the box, and so we'll see exactly what the paperwork here is. Russo skates on over to his bench. And we'll see. Yes, Russo sent to the box here after the report from North Park as to what had happened. And so just a conversation at the North Park bench right now to try and sort out exactly what the story is. The players on the ice also discussing the same. And so we'll let you know when we know up here in the booth. One player in the box each for each team. 24-34 left to go here in the second half. And it might just be coincidental minors. We'll see. Of course, the rules against spraying the netminder when he has his face down with ice when you try and stop in, as you saw in the earlier game today. It's a tactic to just try and throw a goaltender off. And a little dangerous to the eyes as the ice gets sprayed up. So we'll just see right now what the story is as this conversation continues at the North Park bench. North Park seems unhappy with the call here. Still getting an explanation as the officials still chatting at the North Park bench, and now over to the Stars penalty box to have a discussion with the players there. And it looks like both benches being told not to talk to the officials other than through the captains and coaches. And so we've got 5 Stars skaters on the ice and 5 North Park skaters as well. Looks like it will indeed be coincidental minors out there. And so a whole lot of paperwork just to get 5 skaters on the ice for each team anyway. 24-34 left to go here in the second half. This will be Gitman at the near dot. Wins it toward the slot, but North Park able to come away with it. It's North Park chipping it forward, and it's O'Day to chase all the way into that far corner. Schaefer also back on the puck. Works it to O'Day, who sends it back toward Schaefer. Schaefer's got a man on him, but he's going to skate this up and out across the blue line. Schaefer gains the line, dumps on in. That one looked like it hit the netting. Onward we play, as all the players were saying so. And so we'll get a stoppage in play here. With 24-12 left to go, the North Park players were just letting the officials know that puck had hit the net, and certainly the Stars players would have done the same had it been a zone break-in back at the other end of the ice. North Park just getting their lines right here, and Gitman at the dot. He's got Schulman to his left, Adamick to his right. O'Day and Schaefer behind. Clean win back to O'Day, who does fire in on the ice. Strange carom out of the corner. It's that Zamboni ice in that far corner, that had the puck bounce up toward the back of the net. In any event, though, it's the Stars looking to keep the zone. It's Gitman firing it farther. It goes off a body at that far half wall, and then he racks it around. Adamick to pick up near side of the ice. It's Adamick trying to touch that puck farther. Fired in there as that puck sits toward the side of the cage. It was Bricker who had gotten over nicely to cut out any shot coming from the Stars. Schaefer fires that one off as shin guard. He was trying to find a shooting lane there, but getting back is O'Day. And so it's O'Day to settle that puck down all the way back over to Schaefer. Schaefer very nicely shovels that puck up to Gitman. Gitman takes a hit, works it to Adamick, and it'll be Adamick able to fire that puck in deep. Gitman on one skate blade right now. Can't get off the ice just yet. He's going to push himself all the way over as the Stars throw that back into their own zone to try and buy some time to get a 5th skater out there on the ice, and they've done it. It's the Stars through Polyakov getting that up into the neutral zone. Schaefer had done some work to get that puck up and out of his own zone safely. It's Polyakov and Bizarro turning for the puck. Top of the offensive slot, it goes off a skate, and so Viscoso works that puck from center ice, deep once more, racks it all the way around, and it'll be North Park with the puck in the far corner. Rolling puck comes up toward Polyakov, who touches it farther for Bolognic. Bolognic back on the puck, cycles it in deeper. It's the Stars trying to merge with it toward the slot. Turning in the slot is Bizarro. He fires, no-look shot, bounces up to a Stars stick. It's Polyakov upended. Bizarro shoots in. Puck comes to the side of the cage, and it's North Park trying to get the puck up and out of the zone. It was Bizarro who had cut out that zone exit. Puck kept in by Bolognic. Oh, that's a tight call against the Stars, as Bolognic thought he had kept it in the zone, but of course, with the washed-out blue line, difficult to see. And so we'll have a face-off right in front of the camera well here. Of course, the opinions of your commentator do not matter. It's only the folks wearing the stripes that get to call off sides. And so it'll be Shulman chipping that back to Viscoso. Viscoso dumps in after Bergman did the high hurdles to let that puck go under and deeper into the zone. North Park will reverse. Bergman first to this puck, near side of the ice. He'll dump in farther. Now Fauci turns by the Zamboni doors. It's North Park coming away with the puck. North Park with speed. Down the right side of the ice. They'll dump in. Coronati and Viscoso will turn. North Park first to it at the end boards. Can't get it out front because it was Coronati getting some skates in the way. Now that puck touched farther by North Park into the offensive end. Stars currently down 2 skaters right now, as Stars do not expect O'Connor to return to this game, and so it will be North Park coming back in the other direction. Slapped farther by Shulman, bouncing puck carried into the zone by North Park. Fauci, puck hounds his man. North Park comes away with it. Side of the cage, that puck rolls. It's still North Park with the puck, but Coronati able to work that puck up to the top of the zone. He gets the return pass from Fauci, tries the near side of the ice as that puck goes all the way over in the neutral zone. And Bergman now on the forecheck. It's Viscoso keeping the zone as that puck rolls toward the near corner. North Park back on it there. Bergman bodies a man. Puck rolls up to Viscoso, slapped wide of the cage, as it'll now be Ramos fresh on the ice, who works that puck deeper into the zone. Turning is Russo, near side of the ice. North Park will come away with it and skate it up to the neutral zone. Bodies flying everywhere right now as North Park enters the offensive zone. They'll dump in. Big hit into the glass, far side of the ice. The officials really letting them play out there right now as Russo skates this puck up and out of his zone. It's still Russo. He'll dump in wide of the cage. Out of his net is the North Park netminder to play that right back to the neutral zone. Murphy on the puck now, sends that over toward Ramos. Ramos picks that puck up in front of the North Park bench, fires in wide of the cage for his own dump in. North Park first to this puck, but they spill on some ice that's chopped up. Now 5 players in on that puck near side of the ice as the Stars try to dig it out through Briscoe. It's Kocher who emerges with it. Russo tries to dump deeper, but it was just out of his reach, so Murphy cuts that out of the air and then works it up strong side, and Kocher able to dump in with some help from Russo. It's North Park trying the far side of the ice. They're going to send that up. Should go for an icing. No, Murphy was close enough to it, according to the officials, so Speaker out of his cage to settle it down. 19:52 left to go in this game as Murphy is behind his net, and he looks to stalk out with the puck. Murphy all the way around one man, then two, works it on up toward Kocher. Kocher on the puck into the offensive end. He's got Pizarro back door, tries to chip it up to him. It was an early shot, though, there by the Stars, and Pizarro, who were able to fire that forward. Now one-on-one for North Park in the other direction. Back is Bolognic. It's Speaker swiping that aside, and North Park will have to collect the puck at that far point. But first to it is O'Day. He fires that up and out of the zone. This time icing will not be waved unless that puck hits flatly against the corner. It does not. 19:14 left to go in this second half. Offensive zone draw upcoming for North Park, and time enough to remind you, Stars back in action tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. against the hometown Atlantic City Sharks. We'll have all the coverage for you right here on Midnight Sports. It's Bolognic to take this drop far side of the ice in the defensive zone. O'Day and Schaefer as the defensive pairing. Won by Bolognic, chipped up by Bizarro to the blue line, and now skating with speed is Polyakov. Polyakov all the way into the offensive zone, pushed wide there, carries the puck behind the net, looking toward the slot, nearly finds Bolognic, but it was good stick work by North Park, who now comes away with a 3-on-2. It's North Park toward the offensive end, pushed wide by Schaefer. It was Speaker through the big leg pad out. Puck ended up rolling all the way to the far corner as it didn't touch Speaker or a North Park stick. It's now Schaefer working that puck up to the near point. Getting back on the back check is Polyakov, rubbing his man out of the play and into the glass. It's now O'Day carrying that puck just a bit deeper to find some time and space. He finds Bolognic, skates it across his zone, and pushes it up to Bizarro. Bizarro goes round one man, but it was good defensive work by North Park to keep the zone dump in from happening. So it's Coronati with the long reach to jam up any North Park dump in, and then he gets the return pass from Schaefer. Coronati tracks it down, sends it right back to Schaefer on the near side of the ice. Schaefer on up. It's cut out by North Park, and now North Park looks to come the other way, but getting back are Coronati and Schaefer to prevent any opportunity for the team from Long Island City. It's North Park chipping in and chasing now. Schaefer able to turn the puck up the strong side of the ice. He gets some help from Polyakov. Off the boards goes the puck. North Park dumps in once more. It hits a skate. Schaefer in the way again as Bolognic now rubs his man off the puck, and Schaefer able to work that over to Coronati. It was Schaefer in the way of that zone dump in. It was a good defensive play by the number 77 of the Stars, and now the puck sits on the far side of the ice. It's 6 players in, but emerging with it are the Stars. It's the Stars still on the puck. Carrying it farther is Bolognic across his own blue line. He'll turn at center ice, gain the line, and dump in. That puck is going to be picked up by North Park deep in their own zone. It was Schulman trying to cut out the point-to-point pass behind the cage, and he ends up getting that puck over to Adamick. It was Adamick who had jammed up that zone breakout for North Park, sent it back to Schulman. Now the rolling puck comes to the slot, slapped farther, up and off the glass. It finds Gitman. Good to see him back out there, getting his equipment trouble fixed. Gitman up toward Viscoso. Viscoso back down, cycling it in deep so as to prevent any rush in the other direction from North Park. It's now a rolling puck that's going to come up to Coronati. Digs it off on the backhand, fires it in. There's a deflection. North Park with a nice save on the deflection down low. Rolling puck finds Coronati, but in the neutral zone. Tries to tap it farther and stay on side, but it's a 2-on-1 developing here for North Park as that puck's fired in and blocked. It was Nico Viscoso who was able to block the puck. That one hurts, but it's going to look good on the highlights later. And so it's Viscoso able to jam that puck back to Coronati, who can set up with 16-17 left to go here in the second half. Schulman ejects that puck out of the zone. North Park will have to reset at the Stars' blue line. They do, but they're rubbed out of the play by Viscoso once more. And now the Stars fire it up to Fauci in the neutral zone and look to get the puck deep. They do. Fauci dumps in and gives chase. In the near corner, now the far corner goes the puck. It's Bergman and Fauci trying to combine there behind the net. North Park come away with it. They fire that puck all the way up and out, so Murphy will turn with Coronati as his defensive pair out there right now. Murphy stops behind his cage, and he'll skate that puck out, twirling at the near circle to buy some time and space in the defensive zone. He throws that puck up. It's chipped to perfection by Fauci. It was Murphy and Fauci accomplishing what had been the focus of a practice just a week ago at Abe Stark on the breakout from the end line for the Stars. It was a long breakout pass. Murphy found Fauci. Puck still in the offensive zone on the back of that breakout from the Stars. It's Fauci leaning on his man at the end boards. Bergman now contributes on the forecheck there. Rolling puck toward Fauci. Thrown in front. Shot and scored. Well, that is a goal, and that's a song instead of a bullhorn, it looks like. In any event, again, sometimes the equipment gets cold. You can't get it quite right. But it's Russo picking up the loose change in front with 15:06 left to go here in the second half. And it was the Murphy long pass chipped forward by Fauci, and then Fauci and Russo combined in the offensive end to make this a 5-goal hockey game. This will be North Park pouring forward on the puck, but point to point go the Stars. O'Day for Schaefer. Schaefer on up. Threaded pass for Gitman. Gitman drop pass for Kotcher. Kotcher will turn at the half wall, try and work it up to the point. hits a stick. Stars look to keep the zone. Taking a hit there was Gitman, losing his stick, but keeping the puck in the zone nearly. Briscoe now fired in, kicked aside by North Park. It was a bang-bang play there, but North Park able to get the puck up and out of the zone, getting position and getting back was Kocher as that puck rolls all the way to the Stars' end wall. Kocher still on the puck. North Park eventually will take it away. It's Gitman and Schaefer now trying to work their man over. North Park back on the puck at the end boards, but O'Day able to pick up that loose puck and send it up and out of the zone. North Park will have to reset right in front of the scorer's booth. At the logo is North Park stalking on in. 4 Stars surround the North Park man, and they dispossess him, and Schaefer able to flick that forward on the backhand. The defender is on the forecheck momentarily while the Stars forwards can make a change. It's Bolognic, Bizarro, and Polyakov off the bench as the front 3 skaters here for the Stars. Polyakov swipes that farther for Schaefer. It's dumped in once more, but Bolognic had gotten back, and so it's Bolognic carrying it to the back of his net, trying to work that puck up. It's the Ice Monster who gets it. Speaker gets down in a hurry, makes the save, and the rebound cleaned up there by the Stars. Thrown in once again behind the net. It's North Park trying to emerge with it at the near side of the ice. They work it up to the near point, fired in, but it was stick-on puck by Polyakov that sent that to the end boards. It's now O'Day trying to work the puck up and out. Good push here by North Park after the Stars' goal, and it's Polyakov getting that puck up to the blue line. Not out just yet as North Park keeps the zone once more. On a wrister, they fire in. Speaker with the save, cleaned up there by the Stars. Long pass, it was touched by North Park, and so Bizarro to retrieve at the end wall. He turns, he takes a hit there at the end boards, but it will be North Park with the puck momentarily at the half wall, shoveled farther by Bizarro for Bolognic. Bolognic goes to retrieve in the near corner. Puck comes on up for North Park. North Park 2-on-2 here, and they'll dump in. They gain the line. Coronati back to retrieve, and it will be a puck that comes to the neutral zone once more. North Park dumps in again. Back to get it once more is Coronati. Coronati on up for Bizarro. Bizarro on the puck, sends that across to Coronati. Coronati at the blue line, looks to dump in. Linesman skates in the way. Didn't want to trip up the linesman. We saw that, of course, in the first game last night. It can be an ugly play. Unintentional, but ugly. In any event, it's North Park icing the puck with 12:20 left to go in this game. And all players officially out of the box. Kind of hard to fault North Park, of course, on the play that had happened in their blue paint. They were just trying to keep their netminder safe, and the Stars doing everything they could to try to unsettle the North Park netminder. And so we're back to full benches here at the Atlantic City skate zone, even though there were 5 skaters on the ice for each team. Some of these penalties take 10 minutes to unwind, even if 5 skaters are on a side and the penalty is not on the board. Hey, man, very long explanation for something that perhaps you weren't wondering about. It's now Coronati turning all the way back to the end boards, trying to get that puck out of the zone. He's harassed there by the North Park man to keep the puck in the zone. North Park looking to dig it out. Coronati and Viscoso behind the net. It was Russo eventually emerging with it, working it up to the blue line. Not out just yet. Schulman will try the far side of the ice this time. 11:35 left to go in this game as the Stars pour into the offensive zone. North Park, though, able to thread that pass. They gain the line, and they'll dump in so they can complete their own change. Ramos back behind his own cage for this puck. It's Ramos on the puck in his own zone. Skates it up past the blue line with speed. The captain building up here. 2 strides, now 3 into the offensive zone. He's got Adamick in front of the net, and a man draped all over him. It's Ramos still on the puck, looking to work it softly up to Russo. He does. Russo sets up the shot. It's deflected wide of the cage. Schulman to pick up that rebound, and the puck rolls toward Adamick, who jabs it farther into the blue paint. Covered up there nicely by North Park with 10:59 left to go in this second half. Shots 20-16 in the Stars' favor right now. Again, likely an undercount for both teams, but that's what's on the official score sheet, so we'll go by those numbers. And this will be Gitman on the draw. He had Fauci in the slot, worked it over toward Bergman. Oh, bang, bang play. What a pass by Bergman. Fauci tried to touch it home, but it was an even better save by North Park. And so the Stars will cycle that puck over to the far side of the ice. Gitman with his own keep. Bergman picks it up, throws it toward the slot. And that rolling puck is going to find a North Park stick. Jabbed out of the zone. Look out. 2-on-1 developing here for North Park. They dangle in. It was Ramos who had gotten back to force the shot to go high. And now the Stars will need to get this puck out of their zone. They rack it around to the near point. That bouncing puck does leave the zone. Still plenty of hockey left here with 10:22 in the second half. Long shot feathered in high of the cage. Of course, the Stars are trying to work this puck up and out, and they do. So they'll take the long dump in from North Park any day, as it gave them time to set up. And so this bouncing puck is going to be corralled by North Park, sent into the zone. Ramos back to pick up the puck once more in front of his own net. He fires that one up. Might go for an icing. It does, with 9:53 remaining to go here in the second half. In Game 3 of this EJEPL Diamond 1 showcase from Atlantic City, New Jersey. If you're at home or anywhere that is warmer than 37 degrees ambient temperature, you're watching Midnight Sports. Also, if it's not over 37 degrees in your house, you should probably turn the heat on. Just a little bit of advice from a guy who doesn't really know much about anything. That puck just crossed the blue line for an offside by North Park. And so with 9:43 left to go in the second half, should be a face-off in the neutral zone here as offside was called. And indeed it is, just in front of the Stars bench, far side of the ice. This will be Bolognic just outside his own blue line, winning it over toward Kocher and then swiping it back to Schaefer. It's Schaefer and O'Day combining to work it up to Kocher. Kocher played like a man on fire in this game, and it must be said, most of the weekend. Puck rolls up to Schaefer. Schaefer back for O'Day. O'Day tries to feather it past, but it'll be North Park coming the other way. North Park side of the cage. They throw it in front. A little too hot to handle. It was O'Day who had gotten back in a hurry, and then Schaefer did the rest. Good defensive pair there as North Park throws this puck up to the near half wall. Bolognic looks to dump in deeper. Kocher turns with the puck in the near corner. It's Kocher still on the puck all the way behind the net. Rolling puck toward the Zamboni doors, kept there by the Stars, thrown up to the point. It's Coronati stepping into one, sending it just wide of the cage. Schaefer had pinched in, throws that across the blue paint. Stopped nicely by North Park, but it's Kocher trying to send it farther. North Park will take over after Kocher couldn't get full purchase on that as the ice was chopped up just a bit from the point where he was trying to shoot. Coronati back to the far corner, works it over for Schaefer. Schaefer on the puck now, works it up to Kocher. Kocher threads it on over toward Bolognic. North Park will take over in the neutral zone until Kocher able to get the puck, flicks that in on cage, and it's kicked aside. But we're going to get a call here. Looks like at center ice after a hit that was just behind the play. It's a delayed penalty, but North Park still on the puck, getting down in a hurry was Speaker there. And so he touches up for the Stars. But with 8:15 left to go, the intrigue continues here from the Atlantic City skate zone. It's the Stars to the box, up 5, but down a man for the next 2. It'll be Coronati to the box for roughing. 2 minutes put on the board, and an offensive zone draw coming up for the team in green and blue. Penalty killers over the boards here for the Stars. It's Fauci and Schulman as the forwards. Looks like Ramos and Murphy as the defenders. That puck rolls in. Speaker able to just kick that aside. He wanted to keep play rolling there, give the Stars a chance to get this puck up and out of the zone. Fauci nearly able to send that puck on a deflection out of the zone, but he did enough to gum up the one-time attempt by North Park. This one sent all the way down by Ramos. It should go. No icing waved here. Every player had stopped on the ice. I didn't see a deflection from up here, but clearly the official did, and now North Park fired that one into the bench, perhaps on a deflection themselves. And so just a little bit of a question there from the North Park bench as to why icing was waived. And there's just some discussion here between the officials as to what was going on. And we'll see what the explanation is. It's a center ice drop here. So often you'll see that when the officials agree that perhaps icing should have been called but wasn't. One was pointing to his chest, and so to err is human, I suppose. Here's North Park into the offensive end. 1:27 left to go on this man advantage as North Park has the puck side of the cage. They fire wide. Speaker had come way out top of the blue paint, and it was the Stars whether through luck or by effort, getting that shot to go wide of the cage. And now Ramos jabs that off the glass, kept in nicely by North Park, who will dump in once more. It's Fauci picking that puck up far half wall. North Park works it up to the point. They fire in. Speaker able to just get the glove on it and split the two North Park men who are streaking toward the net. And so Speaker buys his team a change with 7:17 left to go here in the second half. 1:02 left to go on the man advantage. This will be Gitman at the far dot. Wins that cleanly, back to O'Day. O'Day fires that puck up. Bouncing puck's going to leave the zone. It's still rolling, but now it turns on edge. Way out of his paint there. His Bricker smartly plays it around to the near corner to cut out any threat. And so it will be North Park picking that puck up. North Park working the puck all the way around to the far side of the ice here on the power play. They try and receive that pass in the air. Still 37 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Schaefer had gotten back to cut out the initial shot, but here it comes. Shot in, hits the post squarely, pops right out. Oh boy, North Park thought they had one there, but instead it's the Stars coming the other way through Gitman. Short-handed chance, fired in, saved by North Park, and then released by the netminder. So onward we play. Another smart play there in the blue paint. On the North Park side of the ice, they'll dump that puck all the way down North Park, but O'Day gets body position, and he's able to hit that puck up and out of the zone. North Park will reset in the neutral zone. 3 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Fired in there by North Park, and that puck is picked up by the Stars. Speaker had gotten down, kicked the big leg pad out, and now it's O'Day firing that up. He was looking for Polyakov on a deflection. We do get an icing call this time, as the puck was close to Polyakov but didn't hit the stick. And so 6:03 remaining to go here in the second half. And it will be a defensive zone draw for the Stars. Now it's Polyakov, Russo, and Bizarro as the forwards out there. And North Park tries to take that face-off forward, but instead it's Bizarro firing over for Polyakov. Polyakov streaks into the offensive end on the forehand. Polyakov finds Bizarro, shoots just over the cage. Russo to pick up that loose change. Tries to guide it up toward the point. North Park there, though, and now it's going to be a one-on-one in the other direction. Viscoso over to send that puck to the corner. He gets upended, nearly gets to his skates, and it's North Park keeping the zone. Viscoso did very well. Strong work by him. North Park, though, still at the point. That one's going to get stuck in Russo's equipment for a minute, but he's able to chip that up past the blue line. Good work by the alternate captain, and now it's Bizarro trying to get into the offensive zone. Didn't want to take an interference penalty there, and so he's able to work it over to Polyakov. Back to Bizarro. Streaking toward the back of the cage was Russo. It's Bizarro still on the puck in that far corner. Turning now are the Stars with it, but North Park will emerge. North Park comes out with the puck into the neutral zone. Now the offensive zone. Turning is Viscoso to push his man wide. It's North Park toward the side of the cage, around the back of the net, looking toward the net front. They're pushed to that far half wall, and the puck is chipped up by the Stars and eventually out of the zone. It was Bizarro and Coronati who were able to get that puck up and out. Now Bizarro takes over. It's 2-on-3. He's got Polyakov in the slot. Bizarro turns by the Zamboni doors. He blows a tire there. The Stars were making a change anyway, so he had done enough to keep the puck in the zone and get that line change out and going. Now Ramos and Murphy have to get back as North Park try to come in. It's Braden Murphy with the long reach. He cuts out the threat as North Park had broken into the offensive zone. North Park on a quick up here as the Stars make a change. It'll be the Stars trying to work that puck up through the neutral zone. It's Murphy who takes over, streaks into the offensive end, shoots in it, scores. Oh, baby. Murphy broke in and shot from the high slot. It was a laser, and he picked the top corner bar down. Goes the alternate captain, and again, I promise we're not trying to play music here during each goal, but instead it's just the equipment that's a little bit cold, and so it's now a Stars lead out there with 4:15 left to go in this game. Should be a 7-1 lead, not on the board just yet. Maybe a 6-1 lead, sorry. Trying to call the game and had lost track just momentarily. But it's the Stars able to get that puck up and out of the zone. I do believe it is a 7-1 lead here at the Atlantic City skate zone, and it's just not on the board yet. It should be in a moment, but these games happen fast, so this rolling puck's going to come all the way in on Speaker, who just covers it up. And so with 3:38 left to go, now the clock continues to run, and we'll see exactly if that is on purpose or not. Clock's still running in the rink, and so that must have been a decision made by both benches. And we'll continue to keep our eye on that as we tick toward 3 minutes left to play. It's North Park winning that puck up and firing in. Deflection carries it wide of the cage. North Park Hockey Club will pinch in to try and keep the zone. That puck ends up rolling just offside, and so we tick toward 3 minutes left to go here from the Atlantic City skate zone. It will be a face-off in the neutral zone here, just outside the Star zone. It's Gitman at the dot, trying to win that puck for it. He's going to find Bergman, who slaps it farther, but it goes off a skate, so feathering it up was Schaefer, but it will roll toward Gitman. Gitman over for Fauci. Fauci has Bergman streaking toward the back post, tries to find him there on a shot rebound. Instead, it's covered up nicely by North Park. And so with just 2.5 minutes left to play, the clock continues to roll. This should be an offensive zone draw for the Stars. Well, folks, a reminder, tune in tomorrow, 9 a.m. Stars back in action against the Atlantic City Sharks. Subject to carrier restrictions, we hope to see you then. It's North Park working that up into the neutral zone, but turning for it is Thomas Schaefer. Old 77 able to work that across for O'Day. O'Day on up, and it's chipped farther by the Stars, but not out. North Park streaking in once more. They're going to try and get something there on the board. We score right now. It's still 6-1 on the board. It's 6-2 on the EJ website as we try to figure out exactly what's going on here, but it is actually 7-1. In case you're curious, the score on your screen is the proper one. And so this is Schaefer working that puck up toward Bergman as the puck sits between 5 players right in front of the camera well with 86 seconds left to go in this game. Rolling puck is going to be sent all the way across for Fauci. Fauci on the puck. Feathers it toward Bergman, who tries to redirect it on net. It's North Park, though, jabbing that puck up and out of the zone. And Schaefer able to collect that puck at the blue line and work it up past the North Park man. Bergman takes a hit right in front of the official, works it to Schaefer. Schaefer up toward Bizarro. Russo takes over, back to Bizarro, but this one offside. We'll see who's going to go to the box here. Looks like it might be Bergman as the clock continues to tick with 47 seconds left to go. And so we'll see what gets put on the board. Bergman goes to the box. It should be a face-off in the Stars zone in the waning minutes of this game. It is Russo at the dot as a penalty killer. Shot comes up. It's kicked down by Russo. Ensuing shot blockered off there by Speaker. Gets some stick taps from his bench. Just 12 seconds left to go. And it's Bizarro working that puck in that far corner, just trying to eat up the rest of the time on the clock. 3 seconds, now 2. It's North Park trying to throw that out front. And just a little jousting at the net front. But we've gone final. After 2 halves here, it's the New York Stars 7, North Park Hockey Club 1. Thanks so much for joining us here on Midnight Sports. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Until then, stay safe.